no small feat in and of itself, but there were many worthy opponents remaining in Flotsam. Our hero found them at Ian. It was perhaps one of the less celebrated episodes in Witcher's career. Know that while in Flotsam, Geralt managed to beat Skinny Sten. With that monster achievement under his belt, he could face Wiry Wilkes. It did not take long for Wiry Wilkes, a man seemingly woven of sinews alone, to bow to the strength of the Witcher's arm. It was now Big Max's turn. Big Max strained and wheezed, but the Witcher proved the stronger arm wrestler. One more opponent, the strongest of them all remained. This was Bartholomew Bargy, of the village of Lobidden. I guess it's just a place outside. That's the inn sign. There's a shop sign as well. The craftsman's just down south. Let's go get it. Fantastic. Let's just go. Also, off his spice trader line, that was fantastic. Oh, these have a blue dot.
Think he'll agree?
No, I don't know. Should we just walk up and ask him like that?
Take a good look at him. He'd be ideal.
Gasper and Fard.
Ha! Greetings. A word, if you will. You see, we've created an alchemical substance and we wish to test it in Vizima, in a laboratory. Seeing as you're a witcher, we wondered if you'd be willing to test it in practice. In a year or two, given the occasion, you could visit us in Vizima. We'd examine you and reward you generously.
We need to study its long-term effects. We can't say more.
Are you in?
Fuck no. Sorry, I'm not a gambler. In this regard.
No way.
That's not helpful.
We'll try someone else.
Yeah, no. Characters. In Flotsam, Geralt bumped into if it was Kalkstein, yes. The alchemist Gasper bumped into a pair of strange scholars. The alchemist Gasper was one of them. He and his colleague Farad tried to convince Witcher to take part in a mysterious experiment on Witcher physiology. The study would only yield results many years down the road. No. Here's your count. Before he got tangled into a revolt against Foltest, Count Echeverry was known for his valor and tenacity as a knight, proving both in more than one tournament, either mounted or on foot. Yet valence and tenacity meant nothing in the face of a ballista bolt, and thus the brave Echeverry paid with his life for his ill-advised participation in the rebellion. He was the guy I took down. Arthur Tallies, though he would not show it, meeting Tallies was a great surprise to Geralt at the time. They met each other in the past in rather unpleasant circumstances. The knight had a scarred face as a reminder of that meeting. This time Tallies got away cleanly, the Witcher having confined himself to a few arid words. Archpriest. This church's dignitary, confident of his god's protection, greeted the intruders with harsh words. Yet he succumbed to persuasion and revealed where the king would find his illegitimate offspring. In addition to being a well-informed bookseller, Inir Gosser was also an accomplished barber. Discovering this, Geralt learned of the only person in Flotsam who would be able to do anything about his hair. A truly enterprising man, the merchant Fervanti had found a niche to produce them a decent income. Though his specialization was extremely narrow, this was the very key to his success. For the secret of commerce is to be the exclusive provider of a certain category of goods or services. Thus, Fervanti was still in business despite his forced stopover in Flotsam. Farad. Same description as the other guy. Oh Christ. The fair-headed Vesh stood apart from the rest of Vernon Roche's unit. Not only that she was the only woman in the elite formation of hardened cutthroats and swashbucklers, her girlish face and... would that be really girlish? Tomboyish. And shapely body would stand out even if the uniform did not emphasize them. For there is something in the soldier woman that attracts a man's gaze. Vess was no exception. This reader should not, however, be misled by the description, who does not earn a blue stripes uniform with good looks, but with skill, determination, and at times ruthlessness. Anyone disregarding Vess would pay dearly for misjudging this young woman. Because of her gender, Vess would sometimes receive assignments where her beauty was more important than her combat abilities and efficiency. Roche had used Vess as his trump card more than once. I know from experience that magicians are not above lusting for power. Among sorceresses alone, there are many of whom whose ambition leads them pull strings, moving kings and other mighty forces of this world. To command the elements in spectacular fashion, summon genies, bend fate, dictate royal proclamations, or at least force others to eat chicken with cutlery. That is why magicians known as Scoia'tael, known as the Kovari Loner, stood apart from the others. Lady Savelle was not known to interfere with politics, at least not visibly, instead dictating her day's research. Strict, calm, and collected, unlike other sorcerers, she did not display her feminine charm. Yes, she fucking does! Nor did she flirt with men, jiggling her posterior before them at every occasion. Though I must remain true to myself here, the world would undeniably be a much poorer place without typical sorceresses. The reason for Tansardeville's presence in the backwater town like Flotsam was initially a mystery, but it quickly became clear that she'd come because of the Canar, a river monster. For sorceresses gladly used the organs of exotic creatures as ingredients for magical preparations, and Sale was no exception. Sale's presence was also turned out to be a lucrative opportunity for Zoltan, however odd that might sound. The dwarf got gems for her magical apparatus. Okay, you. They say all elves are beautiful, that they are born thus. In Avern's case, someone set out to change this, making his face with an ugly scar that the elf partially hid beneath a crimson headscarf. Everett was a living legend, the elusive leader of a Scoia'tael unit, whose members gave no thought to laying down their arms and continuing the war against humans. Sorry, I had to stop and read that for a second because it made no sense to me. Why did they lay down their weapons and continue fighting? The thing was that they didn't and kept fighting. Storied of his deeds, of his deep hatred for Dwan, painted him as more akin to a vengeful ghost than to an individual made of blood, bone, and flesh. Certain sources claim that Everett was the Kingslayer's ally, and thus involved in recent defense. Igrot's first meeting with the elf brought few answers, and ended with Scoia'tael archers laying down a deadly barrage. Indeed, it seemed at the time that the elf would only ever answer to the Witcher with arrows. In the eyes of some people, like Ordo or Roche, Everett was a common criminal, his hands stained with the blood of innocents. Indeed, the list of those he'd cut down in his fight for freedom could easily arrive to a number of ballads, romances, and ditties in my repertoire. John Natalis. It seems that every other person you meet took part in the last war against Nilfgaard. Such are the times in which we live. Yet we best remember that those who made their mark in the annals of that conflict. John Natalis, Constable of Temeria, is one such person. Supreme commander of the cumulative forces of the North at the Battle of Brenna, Natalis fought valiantly, commanded wisely, and contributed vastly to victory, despite being outnumbered by the enemy 2-1. And he did not rest on his laurels after battle. Instead, he pursued the foe, routing him nec nuntis cadis, or nearly so, even with a few stragglers to flee beyond the Yarga, Erguna. John Natalis was honoured richly for his deeds, and a square in Vizima now bears his name. After Photis' death, Natalis temporarily served as regent of Temeria. Oh, you.
Hey boss, look who's graced our smithy. That titan of the art of smithing can't hear us. Busy, work's a blur in his hands.
Yeah.
How are you, Witcher? Things working out for you?
Nice workshop.
He's very friendly.
It's no workshop, just a simple forge. But thanks for the compliment, both in my name and the master's. So how can we help you, eh?
He's very friendly. Let's see what they have. They have some meteorite ore crafting shit. Oh, interesting. Can get an enhancement. Inclined to. After the last one went, you know, belly up. Ranged weapons. Can get a few different things. There is a silver-plated sword. A Temerian sword. Plus 5 damage reduction on block. I'm kind of inclined towards getting the other sword, the robust cutlass, because that sounds fantastic. There's different ore. Let's just see what they can make, though.
So how...
Let's see. Oh, we've only the diagrams for these two? Oh, shit. I'm missing the stuff for the trapper. And I'm missing stuff for you. Silver ore, I could buy it, but I'm not going to. Alright. Let us go and talk to the guy back down here, because I want to go and get the thingamajiggy.
Blossom's got a garrison. We don't need a witcher.
I need to talk to you. Oop, no. Let's trade. Sword, robust cutlass. Oh, the other items are gone. This should be an upgrade. I can't remember, but it should be. Yeah, it's an upgrade. It's losing out on the instant kills shite, but it's that's only like a 2% chance. I'm willing to miss out on that. We'll boost up Raven's armor. Mid-8 or midsummer is the day of the summer solstice, and marks the beginning of the first month of. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting distracted and I end up tripping over my words, mainly in an attempt to prevent myself from saying what I'm getting distracted by. It's awkward to talk about. Like just end up having things flashing before my eyes. It's very awkward. And marks the beginning of the first month of summer in the Elven solar calendar. Elves believe that all things under the sun occur in cycles. After midday, the days grow shorter and the dying commences to last until the winter solstice. Summer shrines erected on this day give praise to the sun of life, while acknowledging death's certainty. Spells that protect living things and draw power from the sun's heat, particularly strong near these shrines, which use them to bless crops and summon fire. Even the godless witchers bow before summer shrines to augment the intensity of their signs. Interesting. Tempting to loot them, but I feeling people. I know this game is a bit. Calm down, kid. It just sounds a little. This game's a bit more.
Where might you be going?
What kind of question is that? Anyway, know where I can find an elf named Cedric?
Don't get involved in this.
Basically what I'm saying is this game seems a bit more better than the first game, so maybe they didn't care in the first game, but I'm figuring they're probably going to care now, so I'm a little apprehensive. I'll save and try in a bit, but for the moment I'm going to stay my hand. The merchants are putting up a lot of coin. Also, that looks like a fada, but that could easily be any degree of accent.
The merchants are paying good money for killing the beast.
Coin is never the most important thing.
Maybe, but it's still pretty useful.
I don't trust her.
Sheila? Why not?
Sheila.
She's a powerful sorceress. Dangerous to her foes, even more dangerous to her friends.
I know you don't like her. Any specific reason?
I'm just trying to warn you.
Thanks. I guess I'll have to ask her.
How?
We're going hunting together, right after I find Cedric.
Well, then let's go see him. He should be at the top of his observation tower.
Oh, so Sheila? Sheila? That's an interesting... Aren't you coming? Interesting name. I didn't realize you pronounced it like that. What? 2.
Damn, you're ugly.
Buddy, how it is. Can we bring back Kikimores? Can we bring back Kikimores? Like, seriously. Okay, let's... Christ, I got a bit off that one. Got a bit off this one, too. Got an embryo. Oh, there's a trap here. Collect. Oh, I didn't want to arm it. I wanted to collect it. Disarm. Collect. Ugh. Since it's on the left-hand side, I keep thinking it's going to be a left click. But it's a right click. It's fucking annoying. Okay, I got a snare. Okay, regen's not half bad. There's a bear trap. Oh, it's a circle of vigor. Sounds fantastic. Necker claws and necker teeth. Ah. Dealt 0 damage, stopped by the armor. Collect. I won't call that a snare, I'll call that a fucking bear trap. Okay, we've gone round the wrong side of this place. Shit! Axie. Ow. Grab the warrior. Ow. Bastard. Go have fun. I can flee. Flee. Guess I never learn. Okay, I think I can place a trap here. I know the last time I tried to place a trap I died, but I think I'm actually far enough away. Okay, bomb in here. Conflagration in here. And okay, snares in here. Okay, no, they're way too close. Break out the Sassum. Frag out. It dealt no damage. Bastard. This road. Okay, I've actually some time. I think I might be... No, I don't. I need to run again. Run, Geralt. Of course. I can pass through those just fine. Damn it, I ran back too far. I was hoping to follow. Actually not. Disarm trap. At least I know now that I can't set off my own ones. So don't know what this red point is about. Before the red points said there was an enemy here. Now, I have no idea. Some herbs. For Bana. Here's some herbs. Ah, you.
How many more will turn up?
You've acquired knowledge about a monster species. Review your current knowledge level by accessing the attributes thing in the character development page. These monsters, like arachnids, hatch from eggs. Impregnated queens lay the eggs in cocoons which hang from trees in areas known as nests. The lesser creatures zealously guard their queens, as colonies depend on them for survival. The queens themselves remain hidden, caring little for what happens to other adult specimens. However, when their nest is threatened, they emerge swiftly and fight ferociously. Thus, to exterminate it around the colony, one must set fire to its cocoon to lure out and kill the queen.